So the next challenge statement would be digital collection of production metrics with automated reporting. This challenge statement is owned by Santarli Construction and is targeted for larger scale construction projects and involve keeping track of the production metrics for structural, architecture, and external work. Yeah, so I will be handing over the time to Rebecca Tan, project engineer, to share more about this challenge statement.
Thank you, Zipeng. Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca Tan from Santarli. So today, we would like to pose a question for digital solution regarding digital collection of production matrix with automated reporting. So that is our ultimate goal of digital solution. And we are writing on the challenge statement question of how we might digitally collect actual production matrix and to automate the reporting process, which are currently rather manual on site. Yeah. Next slide, please. Okay, so to give you a background of this challenge statement, currently production matrix comprise data such as actual quantity of work completed on site, and then the resource and manpower utilized for different trades on the construction site. Okay, and currently site supervisors will manually record the production matrix on paper, which means depending on how much work is being done on site, they will record down manually and then submit this paper recording to site engineers who will then compile and tabulate the data. So this problem is actually quite similar to what was presented earlier as well. I think we all face similar problems. So the impact of such practice currently is that stakeholders, like for example the main con, us, do not have the up-to-date information on the actual versus planned production matrix on site, which is like real time. We're talking about real time, and to better track the progress of works, to investigate the on-site issues, and perhaps even call for early intervention when we see that certain works, for example, the tying of rebar is actually a bottleneck for site progress. Yeah, so this progress is actually very tedious, it's time consuming, and it's prone to human error because our site supervisor will write paper record, and then the site engineer will then type it into, let's say, Excel to process the data. And that is like a double handling of work. So that's prone to human errors. And hence, there's also a lag time before, the data is being generated to our management and for the senior management to assess whether how is the site progress and what are the current status of the project. Yeah, next slide, please. Okay, so the opportunities that we see with digital solution and all the solution providers here with us today is that we come up with something to assist our site supervisors in their daily routine to gather actual production, like actual works which are being completed on site with the ease of data collection process. So perhaps they can, with their personal devices, site supervisors key in the data immediately. For example, how many meter cube of concrete has been cast at a certain area, how much form work has been made at that particular area. So they can do it immediately and directly using a digital device. Yeah, so it allows more data to be collected, and such data specific to individual workers, machineries deployed on site. So this submitted production matrix that we foresee will be sent to the site engineers and management for review and validation immediately. So they will sort of upload instead of using, now they are a bit more digitalized, they use WhatsApp. So instead of just WhatsApping, they can actually type it directly onto, let's say, an app or an application, and then the site management can view the data immediately. But of course, we can let the site engineer to process the data first for any chance of error before we submit it for management review. Yeah, so the main purpose is also for reporting purposes. The actual production matrix collected will be compiled, tabulated, visualized, and compared against our planned production matrix. So before the start of every project, the team will actually form a production matrix curve. For example, from day one, month one till let's say the end of the project, month 45, for example, there will be a production matrix of how much concrete will be used monthly. So we can use it to compare against the planned production matrix of the concrete use per month. And this solution should have the capabilities to calculate the projected days delayed or ahead from the project. Okay, it will be very useful for site resource planning, and it should be able to process and display actual production matrix, preferably real time, against the planned production matrix, which I explained earlier. Yeah, next slide, please. Okay, so we are expecting a digital solution. Okay, regarding the expected outcomes, we are hoping that this digital solution will of the production matrix and automate the process of compiling, because currently, like I said, it's very manual. So compiling, tabulating, visualizing, and even comparing of production matrix for the same day reporting to site management and the senior management. Then the solution can calculate projected days delayed ahead to assist with the site resource planning, because currently what we are doing is exactly the same, but we do it on Excel manually. So I believe that there would be a digital solution that can, with the data that we input, they can actually form a curve directly. I don't think that would be a very big problem. Okay, and a solution hopefully to reduce human error as well. Yeah. So that's all from us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, so the first questions I have for you is, what are the key production metrics that are being recorded? Could you elaborate more for the different type of works? What are the important production metrics?
Okay, the important production matrix are like, for example, RC works, civil works that we have. For instance, I'll just give a very brief one. Like RC work, it will be formwork, rebar, tying of rebar, and then concreting. Then we have architectural works, which includes one whole list, for example, architectural floor finishes, tiling, screeding, waterproofing, timber, flooring, wall finishes. Like, so they sort of track how much is being done per day by the worker. So like I said, wall finishes, partition, brick wall, depending on the scope of work as well. Yeah, so these are very generic one. Ceiling, like false ceiling, the skimming of the ceiling per meter square, that kind of thing. And then also external work like drain construction, what's the per meter run is being constructed on a daily basis. Yeah, then road base, pre-mixing, or even earthwork, how much meter cube is being done per day. And then the workers will report, and site supervisors will check against it and produce a curve. Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is from Chris Low. What sort of insights, answers that management want to know from the analysis of the production matrix?
Insights, okay, they want to know whether the progress of the site, progress of works on site. So are we ahead of time? Are we behind time? And how much what is the problem on site? Yes, so that we can have early intervention.
Okay, the next question is from Putra. Is the production matrix across all the different projects? Will it change depending on the nature of projects?
Actually, yes. Yes, right. It will. Yes and no, actually, because construction industry has a lot of different scope, but I believe building works itself is quite systematic. So there are a few items which are very standard. But if I were to do like infrastructure works, for example, reclamation, I cannot use the same items. But maybe perhaps the different items can be customized for the different production matrix. Yeah. Does that answer the question?
Yep. Okay. Yep. So I think that's the questions that we have received so far. For this BM program, feel free to always reach out to us for any additional questions that you have. But thank you so much, Rebecca, for your time to answer these questions. We will be seeing you very shortly for the for the next challenge statement.
Okay.
See you in a short time.
And see you again. Thank you.